straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like a passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. For the first time with Austin Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 20.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Chargers.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Justin Herbert. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On third down, Herbert. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
2nd and 9 now. Smith catches left side. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And his kick is right through. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Badgley now to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On second down, here's the option. Quickly completed to the right flat. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Raiders nothing. Michael Badgley to kick.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Yeah, they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here. And he rifles one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running is Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Reception here by Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
At the 45-yard line.
They run it with Jacobs. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all living on defense. Able to stop this guy. Unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And 7.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Yeah, he's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders get a score closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
42-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. On third down, here comes Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 8. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's second and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 6.
Here's Jacobs. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They go with Jacobs. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll look downfield for one. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now back to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
It's Eckler again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Herbert. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On play action, they'll throw. Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch. And
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tanner Muse there defensively.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Once more, here's Eckler. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
He's got daylight. 20. 10, and that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he's going to use his legs here. A quick toss out right. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the end.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Farrell, that got in there to bring him down. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And
as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to